Hello everyone, this is Pratyush Sharma. My topic is biological computers. So today I'll be talking about their history, like how they came into the picture, their present state advantages and disadvantages, and what the future holds for them. So first of all, let's talk about why do we need biological computers? Or to be more precise, why the idea of biocomputing came to our minds. This is mainly due to a few reasons that include the rapid increase in the needs of the users. Second, there is a very slow advancement in the field of silicon industry as it has already reached its threshold in terms of miniaturization. And lastly, there are a lot of complex real world problems that even the modern computers today are not able to solve. So to tackle all of this, biological computer comes into the picture. Now, what are biological computers? Biological computers are special types of microcomputers that are specifically designed to be used for medical applications. The biological computer is an implantable device which uses synthesized biological components to store and manipulate data analogous to processes in the human body. The main biological component used in a biological computer is DNA. Now, what is DNA? As we all know, DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. It is located inside the nucleus of a cell. It helps in long term storage of information, like through generation. Now, what are DNA computers? DNA computing is an emerging branch of computing which uses DNA, biochemistry, and molecular biology hardware instead of the traditional electronic computing. DNA computers are small, fast, and highly efficient computers. The roots of biological computing go back to 1994 when Leonard M. Alderman described how to use DNA to solve a well known mathematical problem called the directed Hamilton path problem, or as we all know, the traveling salesman problem, which is basically the shortest route finding problem, and its complexity increases as we add more nodes to it. Now, let's talk about some differences between the conventional approach versus the biological computers approach. So the basic building block of conventional computers is silicon, and the basic building blocks of biological computers is DNA. Now, coming to the processing scheme, it is in case of conventional computers, it is majority part is sequential and only a limited part is parallel. But in case of biological computers, it is taking use of majority of the parallel computing. In terms of speed, the conventional computers have a maximum speed of 10 to the 10 raised to the power of 12 operations per second, whereas in biological computers, the maximum speed that we have acquired or we have recorded is 10 raised to the power 14 operations per second. Now it is conventional computers are not very energy efficient, but the biological computers are extremely energy efficient. Now, coming to the applications of biological computers, they can be used in a wide range of industries, such as they can be a general purpose tool for pattern recognition in terms of cryptography and in acquiring gene sequence, or we can use them in genetic algorithms as well. But the basic, yeah, the most important use of them is in the medical application, such as developing disease treatments such for diseases such as cancer. Now, coming to the advantages of biological computers. Biological computing takes place parallelly, so they are massively faster. They are incredibly lightweight, such as, for example, with only 1 pound of DNA, you can have more computing power than all the computers ever made. They are very low power efficient, very high power efficient, and consume very low power. And they can solve very complex problems quickly. Advantages include they can perform millions of operations simultaneously because they make use of parallel computing. They can generate a complete set of potential multiple solutions. They are very cheap and clean and readily available materials. That is, they are created from very cheap materials and environmentally sustainable materials. And they have an amazing ability to store information for a very long time, even generations. Now, enough with the advantages. Now, let's talk about some disadvantages. Now, the first parameter that comes into the picture is the error parameter. Like molecular operations are not perfect. And the second one is the encoding problem. Like the genetic encoding can be really difficult, as well as the decoding can also be very difficult. Now, as the size of the problem grows, the probability of receiving incorrect answer eventually becomes greater than the probability of receiving correct answer, which further increases the error parameter. And they are There can be some instances when the DNA calculations or the genetic calculations can be incorrect. So these are all the disadvantages. Now, what the future holds for them? So basically, what the algorithm used by the Edelman for the treatment traveling salesman problem was quite simple. Now, as the technology become more refined, more advanced, as it goes through various filters, a wide range of new efficient algorithms may be discovered. Secondly, the DNA manipulation technology has rapidly improved in the recent years, and future advances may make DNA computers more efficient. So that was all for today. Thank you so much.